Welcome back to Weakness for Sweetness. Let's make this delicious corn soup together. First, we're going to boil our pigtail twice and strain off the water. Then we're going to go ahead and chop up some bell peppers, a habanero pepper, a couple sprigs of thyme, about 5 or 6, and our onion, okay? We're going to go ahead and chop that up. This is what everything looks like all sliced and diced. I would also be using some of my homemade green seasoning, which is absolutely delicious. Moving on to the star of the show. Well, kind of. This is pumpkin, and pumpkin is a veggie that has a very thick skin. So, as you see here, I'm showing you how I am peeling off the skin. Please be careful while you do this, okay? Take your time. If you need help, go ahead and ask someone who's more experienced with a knife, but I am just so used to using my hands and things like that. So, yeah, go ahead and peel off the skin. Now, this is what the pumpkin looks like, all nice and diced up into 1 to 2 inch cubes. So, go ahead and just put that all in a bowl. Here I have 6 green bananas and 2 plantains chopped up in a bowl of warm water. I also have about 6 ears of corn chopped up into 1 inch squares. Now it's time to make the dumplings. Yes, flour dumplings. So to a bowl, you'll add about 2 cups of flour, about a teaspoon of salt or salt to taste, and go ahead and stir. So watch me make these dumplings. I'll be right back. Look at that, nice and smooth. If your dough is too sticky, go ahead and add flour like I did prior, but make sure that you knead everything until it's well combined. So yes, look at that, nice and smooth. Now, when you're first starting out to make dumpling, it doesn't have to be smooth, okay? Trial and error, take your time, and practice. Practice, practice, practice. But the dough is nice and moist, nice and smooth. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more flour because I find my dough was kind of sticky, you know? But I went ahead and knead, 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 knead. And dumpling is a labor of love. So yummy, though. So yummy and delicious in soups and food. So, yeah, look at that. Nice and smooth. Absolutely love flour dumplings. So, yeah. A large pot, I'm going to add 6 to 8 cups of water. I will also be adding in 1 cup of pre-soaked split peas. Pre-soaking the split peas the night before just ensures that the peas is slightly softened to reduce cooking time, but pressuring the peas also works the same. So yes, this is 1 cup of pre-soaked split peas. I'll also be adding in the pumpkin at the same time. Adding in the pumpkin the same time of the split peas ensures that it creates that nice thick base that corn soup usually has, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and give everything a really good stir to combine everything. So yes, and I'm going to allow this to cook for about 45 minutes. And so yeah, this is what we're looking like. This is after 45 minutes, what the pot is looking like. So the water has reduced drastically and everything is beginning to crush. So at this point, I'll go ahead and add my pigtails. And I'll go ahead and give everything a beautiful stir. Look at that. Yummy. Look at that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do after stirring everything to make sure it's well combined is to check if everything has softened. Okay. So I see that the peas are halfway cooked. They're not there yet. So I'm going to give this another 30 to 45 minutes to soften. Okay. After 45 minutes, as you can see, the pumpkin has crushed out completely and the split peas has split. So we are ready to go. I'm just using the back of my spoon to further crush the split peas, okay? I'll also be adding in the chopped seasoning that we chopped earlier and some of that homemade green seasoning, about a tablespoon. All right. I'll also be adding in 1 can of cream style corn. You could go ahead and use corn niblets if you like. And to that, I'll also be adding about a cup of homemade coconut milk that was in the freezer. Also 3.5 cups of water, and give that a nice stir to combine everything. Look at that. It looks so yummy. So, so good. I'll also be adding the corn at this time as well. All right. And I'll also be giving that a very good stir. Look at that. Combining everything. For letting that boil for 30 minutes, I went ahead and add 3.5 cups of water. All right. And split peas creates this film at the top of the pot. So I went ahead and skimmed that off. Okay. You don't have to, but I love to do it. So yes. Skim, skim, skim. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our flour dumplings. We're going to pinch off a piece of the larger portion and roll it in the palm of our hands. Then shape it into whatever shape that we desire. You could do it rounds, you could do it oval, whatever you desire. And then we're going to go ahead and put it in our pot, okay? Next, we're going to go ahead and add our green banana and our plantain. So the green banana will start to oxidize when it hits the air, hence the discoloration, but that is perfectly fine and perfectly normal. It's still delicious either way, okay? So yes, you're going to go ahead and add that in the pot. Look at the plantain. There we go. It's time to flavor the pot. I'm using about a tablespoon of crushed black pepper. All right. Then I'm going to use about a tablespoon of this all-purpose seasoning. And remember, seasoning is to taste. Taste your pot as you go, okay? Seasoning is to taste. Then I'm going to use about a tablespoon of minced onion. All right. Then I'm going to use about a tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay. Just sprinkling that at the top. Now I'm going to use about a tablespoon of this chicken seasoning. Okay. Let's go ahead and sprinkle all that in there. Look at that. Lastly, I'm going to use some of this all-purpose seasoning as well. Now I'm going to give the pot a nice stir to combine everything and let that simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes, okay? And after 15 minutes, look at that. Oh my goodness. So yummy, so flavorful, so comforting, so feeling. Oh my goodness. We enjoyed it so much. We absolutely enjoyed it. It was so good. I hope you guys try it. Let me know how it turned out. Please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And yes, I will see you in my next one, okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye.